Hi, this is Mitch Holder. I'm at Wildwood Guitars in Colorado. And my mentor, guy I studied with, Howard Roberts. A lot of people say, did you ever do any sessions with Howard? I did one session with Howard. I wish I'd done more, but there was one, and it was a very momentous session for me. There's a leader in town. There was a leader, he passed away. A leader in town, he had a vocal choir. He made what was called at the time MOR records, middle of the road, like pleasant listening, orchestral kind of arrangements of pop songs of the day and so forth. And he put out lots of albums. His very well known, his name's Ray Conniff. He had the Ray Conniff Singers, and then there were Ray Conniff albums, and he was musical director on some TV shows and so forth. Well, even when I was a kid, before I even was playing, my parents had Ray Conniff records. So I grew up, I was listening, I knew who Ray Conniff was, and I heard a melodic electric guitar a lot of times, not soloing, just playing melodies, and it had a certain sound. I knew it had to be the same guy. Well, that guy turned out to be a really great session player, and he's passed away, but his name is Al Hendrickson. And Al Hendrickson was one of the finest musicians that I've ever run across in my life. He did countless sessions. If you saw his repertoire of what he's done, his resume, you wouldn't believe it. So Al Hendrickson was the guitar player that I heard on all those records playing the melody. So this particular date, we were at A&M Studios in Hollywood. 3 guitars, myself, Al Hendrickson, and Howard Roberts. Now, there was a very, very stern protocol that we all lived by back then. That was whoever was the senior member of the guitar section would play the first book. The next would play the second book, and then the young punk would play the third book. So Al Hendrickson was the senior. You'd expect him to play one. He's Ray Conniff's guy. Howard would be the next in line. I'm the young punk. I'm third. Wrong. Our names are on the parts. Okay, we get there, book of tunes we're going to record. My name's on the first book. Al Hendrickson's name's on the second book. Howard Roberts. I'm going, Howard Roberts is playing third guitar? I was shaking a little bit. Okay, the instrumentation. I'm on electric. Al Hendrickson is on electric. Howard's on 6-string acoustic, playing rhythm. And there were, I think, 3 tunes for this session. Okay, we got to the first tune. It was mostly a little rhythm, not too much to do. Howard's just strumming along. We got through that. Okay, let's go to the next tune. Next tune, I look at my part, and there's a melody to play on electric in the middle of this arrangement. So we get to it, and I start to play them on a 355, probably playing through one of my Fender amps, because this calls for a real clean sound. And I play the melody. Ray stops the rehearsal. And he says to me, Mitch, said, that solo you have, could you play that more like Al Hendrickson? And Howard, I heard Howard right away. Howard was like that. Al was just kind of sitting there. He couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. My first reaction was, well, Ray, Al Hendrickson is sitting right here. Why don't we switch parts? To which, that was plan A. That was the only plan I had at the time. Ray says, no, I want you to play the part, but could you sound more like Al Hendrickson? And I thought, and I have a tendency, my sound has a tendency to be a little bright, and I knew that. So I figured that I need to roll off some highs. That's probably what he's talking about. He wants more of that dark sound that Al got. So I rolled off some highs. I had the neck pickup on. And okay, let's try it again. We played it, no comment. We recorded it, we were done. Well, Al and Howard had quite a couple of laughs back there while I was sitting there sweating in my pants, right? So as we were leaving, Howard and I were walking out to the parking lot, and Howard, being the mentor, and he was always this way. He'll kind of stand back like this and look at you, and he did it. He says, Mitch, he says, you handled that admirably. To which we both completely cracked up and practically fell on the ground laughing. So that was my one session that I did with Howard Roberts, which I'll never forget. This is Mitch Holder signing off. I'll see you again.